Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Willis Wit and Wisdom. My name is Eric Willis,
And Bob Willis here.
and together we are Wit and Wisdom. Which one are you today, Dad?
I'm still a Willis.
Okay, we'll
Uh,
keep it at that.
uh,
So, um, well, this on this episode, what we'd like to do is talk about the well-being of an individual, specifically related to the value of learning and this continual
mhm.
process of learning, because isn't that what life is all about? It's a continual series of learning more and more about
Right.
yourself, about your environment, about everything around you.
Yeah, we learn a lot through formal means, going to whether it's schooling, college, whatever it might be, taking special classes. We learn in that formal way, but there's a lot of learning that takes place that is not written down, the
And
internal learning.
and we call that the school of hard knocks, right?
Yes, sir. I have a degree in that.
Most of us
Mhm.
have we never applied for it, but
Right,
we found ourselves in the school of hard knocks.
right.
Yeah, but learning is an amazing thing. If you think about it, it's the process of taking information and forming it into knowledge, understanding, and application.
hmm Yep.
And
Learn,
those,
learn
the,
to apply it. Yep.
yeah, ultimately, it's the application piece. That's why I think the School of Hard Knocks actually teaches us more than an educational system. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not knocking the educational system. I'm
Right.
all for it. I have a couple of master's degrees. I'm working on my doctorate, so I fully believe in the educational system. But if you think
Mhm.
about how learning and what we learn is taking information and forming it into knowledge, I think the educational system does an excellent job of getting us to that knowledge level.
Mhm.
But I think the School of Hard Knocks is where the understanding and the application comes in to that knowledge.
Right. And I see that a lot in the grief work I do. People are learning in that process. You talk about school of hard knocks. Walking into the grief process is a school of hard knocks. They do not give us a book to follow step by step because we are writing the book as we're going through the process.
Yeah, and a lot of times, what are the resources available? And that's one of the things about learning is there are certain tools that you need to have available in order to learn. And so, in the
Mhm.
grieving process, one of those tools is other people.
Right.
The
Right.
connecting to other people is huge.
Right. And learning, when I read a book, if I think about going through the college years, I read the book. I was trusting someone who had wisdom and knowledge to write that material down because I was trying to absorb it. Which the same way in the grief walk, we try to find someone we could trust, someone who understands the process and we can learn from them. And that's the key is learn from others and find those that we can relate to and just kind of learn some of those tools from others.
Yeah, absolutely. And in whether you're in an educational setting and in the educational system or in the middle of school of hard knocks, you're really in both, right? We're in both of those at the same time.
Right.
Uh, but there's one question that I believe sparks learning in individuals. And regardless of your circumstance, regardless of where you are in life, I think if you ask yourself this question, you're going to get one step closer to understanding where you're going to thrive in your learning process. And that one question is this: what am I curious about? What am I
Mhm.
curious about? Um,
Yep.
what what interests you? What are some of the things that you wish you knew more about? And
Mhm.
in the grieving process, there are a lot of those things because we're not taught how to
Right.
grieve well.
Right. 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 And I think that's the key. We'll reach a point where we are curious about what do I do now? I'm curious about that. What's my next step? Or what I hear so many times from grievers is this normal? We're curious about that. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I doing it right? If we're doing it true to ourselves, we're doing it right. We're doing it right.
Absolutely. And in that curiosity that you reach out is that's a spark to begin a learning process to seek out what's out there to help you understand
Mhm.
um, what knowledge base is there, what understanding is there that you attach meaning to what you're learning, and then ultimately applying it. because that's the purpose of learning, is to apply it.
Right. And I find that we do reach out, we watch for others' examples and information, and we think, do I want to apply that in my life? We may see the outcome of some and say, I don't want that in my life. I don't want to go that route.
Right.
So we have to sort through to find those that we are comfortable with, we're ready to step into it and take another step into the process. And we learn by doing. We learn by doing in that, Eric.
Yep, absolutely. And there's some tools that'll help us get to that place as we practice living and learning through life. Some of the learning tools that I've used have been podcasts, TED Talks. I really enjoy TED Talks because I know that it's going to be in a chunk of about 15 minutes. And books. I enjoy reading. I'm a tactile learner, so I actually have to hold the book. These electronic books, e-books and stuff, I really can't get into the readers.
I'm the same.
I got to smell the book and
mark in it.
Yep, and write up notes. Recently, I'm into journal articles. Did you know that there's a difference between regular articles and peer-reviewed journal articles? It's fascinating. But what I'm finding too is that social media has an educational piece to it. You can learn just how messed up we really are by following social media.
Right, we can. Right, I would say that we need to proceed with caution in social media. Just test it just to watch the outcome. And any choice we make, it's good to have the option to make the choice, but let's look at the outcome, kind of predict what that's going to lead to as to whether we want to wade off into it.
Yeah, so learning requires wisdom. And be wise in how you learn, what you learn, and how you apply what you learn. I did learn something
and the same application. What you learn?
Yep, I did learn something from social media. When you can actually open a can drink, okay, when you pop it open, you can turn that little thing around, and there's a hole in it. That's for a straw. You can put a straw down in there and drink from a can.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I learned something from social media.
Yeah. One thing. There's a lot of things to seek out that we can use, practical things on social media too.
There are a few things out there. Yeah. But I'd be curious to know what you, as our viewers, what tools you use. What TED Talks have meant a lot in your learning process? What podcasts do you listen to that have helped you learn? And so share those in the comments, either as we post this on Facebook or as a subscriber to our YouTube channel. We'd love to interact with you that way. And because what that will do is it will help all of us learn from each other.
Right. And I think that's the key, is we find out where people are learning, we can share that with others and they'll jump on board with it too. Again, they know what options are out there for. But so if people can share with us what helps them, we can use that to help others also. And, they can contact me at rwillis14@cox.net, rwillis14@cox.net. And with questions or insights or suggestions, how can I catch you, Eric?
Yep, reclaimleadership.org is the website that you can go to. That's www.reclaimleadership.org. And you can interact with me there on the internet. So
Right. And plus, we've had a lot of an increase in the number of subscribers to Willis Wit and Wisdom. And so please share that with your friends, get people to subscribe, jump on board. Hopefully the topics will come in, will meet some needs. That's what we want to share.
That's our hope and our goal. Dad, thank you so much for your time today. I love you, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right. Love you too. Thanks, folks. Thanks for being here.